Alright, everybody, I'm Captain Beefy with ADHD Entertainment, and this is an episode of ARK Survival Evolved on our Ragnarok server. Today, we're going to take a quick look at the breeding facility that Craig and I have been working on. Bobby's also helped out a little bit with some material farming and whatnot, but the place is coming along. I would say it's probably 80% finished. But it's time to take a closer look at it and show the concept behind it. So it's located here in the desert, and the exact coordinates are 72-1 and 69. And we'll come in from across the water. You'll see this large temple area. It's located right off the water. I call it a temple, some sort of fortress, I don't know. But it's a pretty immense area. The nice flat area down on the bottom, or predominantly flat. Access to water, lots of resources in the area, including obsidian, metal, plenty of sand and stone, thatch, cactus sap right across the water. So there's a lot of stuff available for building. It made this a very easy build. Now, of course, we do have our rates turned up on this server so that we can farm materials very quickly. This is designed for fun, not for a grind. The back area of the base is wide open. I haven't figured out what to do here, but there are some interesting areas. This is going to be turned into a little taming cage once I finish the posts all the way around it. We'll put some railings up there. You'll be able to drop things in here like raptors and whatnot, and then shoot at them from across the way on that raised deck that we built. There's kind of a neat area down here. Haven't figured out what to do in here yet, but oh, look at that. Old Galamias trying to live rent-free. Anyway, this area will be fun to figure out something to do with. Got some cool towers up here. I was thinking of maybe just sticking some kind of dragon up there or something for, just for the hell of it. Kind of fun. This nice big area here. And then you have the main proper base. Now, I went ahead and raised 4 dragons. Specifically to each element, one of each element, the fire, the lightning, the poison, and the ice, to help defend this area. And I'm starving. And haven't figured out where I'm going to keep them. Only one of them's leveled up, and that's the poison one. The one right behind him will be the lightning. I think the lightning one is too now. I'm not 100% sure. The fire one's on his way. And the ice one was just hatched yesterday. So let's do the next part of this on foot. So coming in through the back entrance, I kind of like the positioning of the dragons up there because you can see all 4 heads looking down. You got 2 rooms immediately when you walk in through this back entrance. The one on the left is kind of opened up and all that, and I floored it off to make it a little, so I have the option to build some stuff there. I might put some vaults there or something, make it a little storage area. I'm not 100% sure. But we went ahead and spiked off this upper part because quite often raptors and some other nasty things appear in this area, and I didn't want them dropping down in there. Again, here's that one building that we saw from outside. So that was that. And what do we got dead here? Looks like a raptor. Of course, like I said, raptors are always around here. That's why we put up these spiked walls, and you'll be able to see better from below, but they help set up a protective area to keep stuff from excuse me, from dropping down where we're doing all of our breeding. Over here, these are our working dinos. High Fiber, Clayton Fillmore, Sappy Fillmore, Kiss My Metal, Metalhead, Simon Wall, dig my sand and wood chopper. These guys all exist. We brought them here originally to help farm the materials at a rapid rate, and also in the beginning we didn't build any smithy or um, uh, mortar pestle, so we used the horses and the RGs, of course, and the beaver to fulfill those roles until we got a little further along. Easy access for them to come out and go down and do some farming real quick if they need to, except for the damn Ankleo. He's a little wide in the hips and can't quite make it through the door. Very unfortunate. Coming up to this front area, what do we have? Oh, we have a weird random wall there. Oh, I was going to do something there, but I ended up not. Okay. So, and I'm thirsty. Such is life in the desert. Oh, and I have no water. Interesting. So this area is going to be the living area. This is originally where we had built up a ton of these large storage boxes. Had our bed. There's Hobbit sleeping. Ended up building a few mortar pestles and some refining forges to smelt down some metal. But since we've done a little more work here, I've went ahead and cleared out all of the storage boxes. I don't know about you, but that whole being thirsty thing's going to aggravate the crap out of me. So let me hop on my RG. Let's go get a quick drink of water. Inevitably, this is when you get attacked by a baryonyx or a capra or something foolish like that will happen. I didn't see anything from above, so let's do this real quick. And we're out of there, lickety split. Alright, filled up the canteen, had a bite to eat, blah blah blah. Let's get back up here. Oh, this is Jason Statham. We call him that because he's built to transport. He brought all of our dinos over from their various locations. And holy cow. Looks like we got some eggs to eat. I'll be making an omelet here shortly. So up here we have a couple generators, and I do have them set up to power up on auto for when one unpowers, the other auto activates. So got them both full up with fuel right now. We got a feeding trough for up here. Covers all the guys up in this area. I forgot to show you this one. Back here, I've got one that feeds the dragons and all of our guys in there. So this is our working area. Got a couple dung beetles. I don't know why. I was thinking of putting some plant species X here and thought we might need fertilizer, but I don't believe we're going to need them. Here's a couple random cute weird colored jerboas I found, so why not? Ended up throwing a lot of vaults in here for storage of mainly materials and all that. Here's another exit out the side door here. There's that spot we looked at just a few minutes ago. Put in a nice heavy-duty industrial forge. And ooh, look at all that metal. Okay, the thing was working overtime. Put in a fabricator, put in a chemistry bench, a couple smithies. Didn't go crazy in this area. I like this being open because with the farming dinos, we can easily go out there and take like one of our RGs, lift somebody up, drop them next to some metal, like if it's an Anki, let them farm the metal, and then we could just fly into this open area, drop them right here, go grab the other one, do the same thing, and then have somebody else sitting there filling the thing up with metal, and you work together on this. Alright, so down here we've done nothing on this side yet, but we will. And this is like only reachable because we put in this nice big massive gate here, and that kind of created the bridge. Otherwise would have been accessible. So this is a nice long hallway that leads down to the, alright, leads out back. We won't go out back again. There's that trap I told you about a little while ago. And here we are back at the back of the base. So this is another entryway in. I chose to put the door down here instead of at the other end. Just kind of like it like that. I might throw one on the other end, effectively making it an airlock. I'm not sure. But in any case, we go back up here. Got the spiked walls again to prevent stuff from falling down. Now this room we set up and we filled it with Dimetrodons, and apparently a Puerto Rican with no pants on. So these guys I went out and tamed. There are 6 altogether, 5 females and 1 male. I don't know if he's the luckiest Dimetrodon ever or if he has the worst luck. But in any case, I wanted to, the main goal of this place, to be a breeding facility, egg hatchery, etc., was to do it without having to use air conditioners to incubate the eggs. With the effect of the Dimetrodon and the way it influences temperature, air temperature, I thought it'd be fun to kind of see how can we make a hatchery that uses Dimetrodons instead of air conditioners. And it was a little frustrating at first. I hatched eggs back at the kibble farm using Dimetrodons, and it worked out great, but it was a little frustrating because the way they lay out, you can't ride them, and you can't put a saddle on them, you can't ride them and put them anywhere. Specific, they need to follow you and you need to get them into place. So what we did is we created a platform, and let's get the full effect here. We'll take off the Alright, so as we see, I'm cold right now. I've got a hyper and hypothermal insulation of 82, which is alright, that's good. I'm cold, but I'm not dying cold. If I go in here with these 3 Dimetrodons, and as you can see, they're all 769 melee, 715. They've been leveled up strictly in their melee, and they've been filled with rocks, and I'll explain why on that. 654. And we got these 3. We stand between them, and now all of a sudden we have 1904 hypo and hyperthermal insulation. That's pretty fantastic. But we're not hatching eggs down there. I wanted to do it so that we had a platform above where we could go in, lay down the egg on the floor, and that radiation from those guys would reach them. So, we had 1904 down there. Up here we have 1372 and 1625 on both. Not horrible, it's a drop off of a couple hundred, but we're getting to a level where the level's so high, it really doesn't matter that much. We shut the door and we go up to 1734 and 2016. So this room is walled off and doored off, so when you shut it, you get that house bonus that just disappeared on the right hand side. I see a little house insignia again. That gives you additional hyper and hypothermal protection. Now if we go in there with our little otter and fully dressed and shut that, things are really crazy for us. $3,094 and $23.37. That's just sick. Alright. So anyway, that's the bottom part. Up here, we've got a little date on setup for raising babies. You can help heal them if you don't want to have to hand feed them or anything like that. I'm going to fill his trough up. And this is going to be for kibble eventually. I'm going to make another big batch of kibble at the kibble farm, run it out here and fill that up. Here's the latest batch of Dimetrodons. I wanted to breed some more so I can get another male, and look at this, I got 4 more females, so that gives us a total of 9 females to 1 male. That dude's outnumbered. So that's basically it for this base. Now it's dark now. We threw a little electricity up here because we wanted the lighting and we needed it for the fabricator and all that good stuff. Chemistry bench, etc., etc. But I think this is going to be a pretty cool area when it's all said and done. We're going to have a nice living quarters set up here, I'm going to set up the industrial grills, a couple of beds, some personal storage boxes, maybe not vaults, but the large and the small wooden ones. And oh, look at this. Spikes sure come in handy. Alright, well, that little vulture died a miserable death. And that's why I do that. Like if you look at the spike design here, I don't want to fall down there right now, but we have like two sides to it, so you have to walk around it and then kind of swing back and come through on foot. You can make a conscious decision to do that as a human being, but the creature AI is a little too stupid for that, and they'll just sit there and beat themselves to death against the spikes. So anyway, that's this base in a nutshell. Why was that the power generator? That was weird. Can I ride this guy? He's kind of stuck in the door. That is just weird. Can I shut the door? There we go. Alright, now we can open the door because I'm no longer stuck in there. And I threw this in. I never tried this before. But I set all the doors, if you noticed as we went through here, we just kept leaving doors open, which is a pet peeve of mine. It kind of makes me crazy when people do that, because that's how awful things get in. And there's always raptors running around here, so with animals on passive and a raptor coming in the door, that's a recipe for disaster. So all these doors have been set on that pin code, and we can close them all off in one shot. Now the plans here are, we're going to make it, that's just a small chamber right there for egg hatching basically, and we could throw a couple of creatures in there to mate if we wanted to use it as a mating room. Over here I want to build something that's large enough for Spinos and Rexes and our larger creatures to mate in. So we already got the behemoth gate set up and all that, so that'll be on this side. We're probably going to tuck in, I'm not really thirsty again. We're going to tuck in a couple smaller setups too. Maybe a little 1x1 to do the Metrodons and other shoulder pads. We could throw Dillos in there, Raptors, whatever. Keep it small like that. Maybe another 2x2, and then a 3x3, and then a real big one. We'll make one specifically for birds. And that should be plenty. I mean, that should be more than enough. Anyway, if you like this video, please leave a like and go ahead and subscribe. We will be doing more content on this. In fact, tomorrow we're also going to be starting up the Jurassic Park Evolution game, and I'm going to take that from day one and start doing videos of a playthrough on it as we kind of figure out that game together. We'll just work our way through it. So we'll be switching back and forth between Ark and Jurassic Park, and having a little fun with some dinos. Alright? Peace out.